Alright guys, little update for you. Sorry I've been gone for a little bit, just been, busy. But yeah, as you can see the van is back on 4 wheels. Painted the interior, that came out really nice as you can see. Mainly it's matte black now, but with some silver highlights on it. Looks really nice. I also found in my spares some curtains, which were navy blue and white, but I recoloured them in with a Sharpie and a chrome pen, and it come out in a nice sort of black and silver, so I thought, yeah, why not put them on, just adds a bit extra to it. And I don't know if I showed you, but I put the hanging trees on where a rear view mirror would be. And then at the back I've been basically spending a lot of time on the rear lights, so doing what I explained in the last video with removing a section of the red lens and replacing it with a piece of clear lens and painting half of that clear orange. So that's my reverse and indicators. So I made the light buckets that go behind them out of plasticard. It blocks light quite nicely. I used Tamiya putty to seal it together because again it's a very quick acting adhesive, that, and it blocks light, which is very nice. One white and one orange LED behind those sections, and then in the rest of the light there's 2 red LEDs, one at the top and one down below. You can see some pictures of it all lit up. Looks pretty nice. But put them in, and then I could put the floor back underneath the main shell. Put all the light bars on, so I put the side bars in place, both sides, marker lights, underglow, it's all wired in. Looks pretty cool. Back here I was able to, I've built a little floor, I would say made a little floor, nice and simple, bit of styrene. I just put the lockers in there for a second, just for I can see what it's going to look like. But yeah, just a false floor there, just to cover up the holes that are in it from the shell, and the bolts there, the top of the mounts for the rear suspension. So now that the floor's flush, there's a little, I might have to just file that down slightly, and then these toolboxes go in, cover up all that wiring, and sit in there quite nicely. So yeah, it makes it all tidy. Now I need to put the rear doors on. There's going to be a few lights in them. I'll explain that when in the next video when you see them all done. But I've got to wire them up and then put them on. I've also got to, I haven't shown you this. I've done the trailer. Let me show you the trailer. So this is the trailer for the van. It's the Bruder car transporter. It's just a thing that they sell like the van. It's made for the van, but like the van it doesn't have any electrics in it from factory, so I put all the lights on it. It does still tilt, and it's got a manual winch on it, and these wheel chocks which can be moved depending on what car you've got on there. But yeah, clicks back in. So I'll put the 3 marker lights aside. This little marker angled thing, red and white, had to cut a notch in the bed for it to still tilt, and then down there we got tail lights and reverse. I've kept it simple because on the connections to the van itself we've got 2 3-pin plugs, and they're working basically like they're basically servo plugs, but I've got 6 connections then. So I've got the common positive and then 5 negatives. 1 negative for this side of marker lights because they're going to flash when I indicate to the left, same on this side when I indicate to the right. 1 negative for that stalk, and then 1 negative for reverse, and 1 for tail and brake lights. So that's my 6 connections, and it's I tried to keep it as neat as possible underneath. I thought I'd done quite a nice job really. But yeah, I still need to connect, actually put the electrical plugs on the van. So they're going to sit each side of the tow hitch, just underneath that marker light. So that's how I'll plug the trailer in, and then I can unplug it when I'm not using it. So I still got to do that. So I've got to do the trailer plugs and the rear doors. I'll get them sorted this week. And then basically what's left, all of the wiring for this thing sits in this section at the minute. It looks like absolute spaghetti junction in there. It's ridiculous. I need to actually plumb all of that into the beer unit. I haven't got a beer unit. I need to get paid, and then when I get the money I can buy the beer unit and the radio for this van. Both of which I currently don't have. So that's the next step. The radio might take a while because I've got a feeling I'm going to have to buy it from China. So it's going to take a couple of weeks to get here. So I'm going to get the doors sorted, put them on and run the wires through. I'll sort out the trailer plugs. I'll put the beacon up on the roof. I'm going to do that last because it's got a glue on top, and I need to put the van on its side to do a lot of wiring underneath it, and I don't want to possibly break the beacon off. So I'll do that last, and then I'll leave a side door off on the other side because it's just going to get in the way. I don't want to show you in there, it's complete chaos. But I need to understand it, and I need to actually plumb it all into the beer unit. I'm probably going to put this one to one side for a bit now after I've done those bits and bobs, waiting for the beer and the radio to arrive. In the meantime, that's going to give me a chance to get started on my friend's truck that has been here for a month and I need to get on with it. So I will show you that in the next video because it's a cool little story, and he did say I can make videos on it. He's not worried about, you know, keeping it a secret or anything. So yeah, we're getting there with this. I hope the pictures I put up on screen kind of show you better of what I'm trying to explain here, but yeah, we're getting there. So get the doors on, get the trailer plugs put on, get the beacon put on, and then when they arrive, get the beer unit and the radio plumbed in, and then we can start worrying about the graphics and the flight case for it, and then we should be pretty much there. So that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.